Oh, we back. I think, kind of, sort of, not really. But yo, he, wait a second. He is former U of MMA champion Pius Emil Lobo, better known as fuck. I can't do it. But Voodoo Maximus, and I'm according to Woods, and I've been battling COVID. But this is like one of my first podcasts back. Holy shit, man. We got a lot to talk about. Lot to talk about. But what we're not going to talk about is Charles Bronson versus Noah Tillis of Tillis BJJ in Whittier, California. But we got what? Darren Till? I almost said Emmett Till. That's too soon. But Darren Till versus Derek Brunson, and there's a whole lot of motherfucking things before it. So let's take it away, Voodoo.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Hey, we starting this day off. Oh, by the way, what's up, everybody? What's cracking? My boy is back in the hazy. As you can see, he is shining bright. We got nothing but a dope ass show to deliver to you today. Bound by it. We are bound to it. Here it goes. So we're starting off to this one with Jonathan Martinez going up against Marcelo Rojo. Marcelo Rojo. Jonathan Martinez, we've had many discussions about this fella. If you remember, Jonathan Martinez, we've talked about him a few. He's lost some, he's won some, you know. He's won some, he's lost some. What's up, Shaman Steve? In this easy. But Jonathan Martinez, he calls himself the Dragon. And the Dragon has been in the UFC since 2018. He came in there and he lost against Andre Shokhamp. And then he went on a two-fight win streak, ran into Andre Eels. He lost to Eels by split decision. Went another two-fight win streak. The last notable fight that we saw him win was Thomas Almeida. Thomas Almeida is no pushover. This guy is known to destroy folks, and he came in and he beat him by unanimous decision. And he lost again to Davey. I'm guessing, according to history, after a loss, he goes on two-fight win streak. So he's going to be going in there against Marcelo Rojo. Marcelo Rojo. Pitbull. Marcelo Rojo Pitbull, an Argentinian Pitbull, by the way. This guy's also coming in off of a loss on his actual debut into the UFC. Charles Jourdain was the one that he faced, and he lost. It is what it is. I'm sure he'll come back and try and get a win under his belt. Well, he's going in there against Jonathan Martinez, who is a UFC veteran. And if all goes well, Jonathan Martinez handles business. What say you, according to Woods?
So, hold on. I got some fucking schmucks over here. But here's a battle of Jonathan Martinez. And he's a pretty fucking good fighter. Of course, 13-4, right? 13-4, but he looks like a Simpsons character, right? Then, on the other side of the docket, you got Marcelo Pitbull Rojo. That ain't the Pitbull brothers in Bellator. He ain't the Lucha brothers of AEW, but he's from Argentina, but training at Entram MMA in Mexico, but his name is Rojo, but there ain't no Rojo in no Argentinian flag. So, but there is in the Mexican flag. So I'm just fucking confused. So my wife says, this is Mary Kay Wood says, Adam, what is up with your faces, honey? Stop it. It's going to get stuck. Well, it already got stuck, and it lives in our 14-year-old son, Owen. So, stuck, right? So this one's a toss-up. I really don't know. But this could be a fight of the night, man. Both of them, we've already seen, they come to bring it. Jonathan Martinez has been knocked out. He's knocked people out. He's taking people to the depths of despair. We've seen that, right? So, and I don't know, man. Like Marcelo Rojo, he's over here, and the last time we fucking saw him in the cage was against Charles Air Jourdain, where he gets KO'd in the fucking third round. He fucking was the one that met John Sexy Mexi Castaneda,
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
So, fuck, man. I fucking don't know. He even fucking beat our boy in front of the show, Jesse Strader, way back at
Yeah,
Combate 27. So,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna fucking toss a coin. What you got?
I think I'm gonna go with Jonathan Martinez just
Okay.
because he's got that what do you call it? Experience, UFC experience. He's got
Yeah.
UFC experience. He's been in the UFC since 2018. That counts. It's it is something to be considered. So I'm going with Jonathan Martinez.
Well, then I'm going with Marcelo Pitbull Rojo because I was there at the forum when Pitbull got KO'd by the mercenary AJ McKee and lost his featherweight title and lost the featherweight Grand Prix and lost $1 million. So the Pitbull's got to get some shit back. So I think it
Mm-hmm.
starts tomorrow with Marcelo Rojo, but I could be wrong. And
Hey,
and my wife says, "Oh Lord, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you too, honey. I'm praying for you too, Voodoo, and your wife, and your beautiful kids, and everyone out there in the fucking internet wet blind. And hopefully, you're not looking at porn. You didn't look at us, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking wank one. I don't know. I fucking don't know. But yeah, on to the next. Which I, with my Inglewood High education, I am not going to fucking announce because I ain't like that. Because I need forum name pronunciation classes by Voodoo for $9.99 a month or 4 easy payments of $4.99 so I can pronounce these motherfucking names like what Voodoo is about to do right now.
It looks like this fella's name is Dolcha Lungiambula. 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 Dolcha Lungiambula. I don't know what part of the continent that's from. I'm not sure. Where is he from?
He's from a place. It looks like the fucking Midnight Express tights.
Oh, Republic
R.I.P.
of the Congo.
R.I.P. Bobby Eaton, late great Bobby Eaton. But that fucking flag looks like a
Yeah.
fucking Midnight Express. Jim Cornette would be proud of that fucking flag and hit it with a fucking tennis racket. Oh my god. And Night Run says interesting show tonight. Well, the only thing that's interesting, well, there's many things about Nate Rand. He's a podcaster, he's a movie star, he's a
Yep.
fucking writer for Podium Sports, and he just fucking shared on his social media. He got some nice red tights with a bunch of fucking sponsors. I don't know what the fuck it is because I've been battling COVID, so I don't know. But you might be getting into a fight. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. But prayers up to that 18-year-old who lost her fucking life because either the ref or the judges or she just couldn't take a hit. But her parents don't got a daughter right now. So prayers up to her and her family. Lift them up like you did Owen Hart's family. Lift them up like you did El Hijo de what's his name? Pero Aguayo. El Hijo de Pero Aguayo, who fucking died in the ring. Or Silver King, who died in London. And giving us some insight. I'm going to fight tomorrow. So prayers up to Nate Ram. Get that shit, my brother. He's like undefeated right now. So undefeated in boxing, in charity work, in running. So get that shit, Nate Ren. We're all behind you.
Get it. Handle business.
So
have fun.
You said Daicha Lambang Gabula. I should know Bula because I should know Bula because I'm Fijian and that's high in Fijian. But for some reason, my ass didn't fucking know. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I was distracted by the Midnight Express fucking tights of his flag. So shout out to wherever he's from, right? But we
Yep,
got
yep.
on the other side of the docket, the Daicha is 11-2, and then we got Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and spacious land, land of the hearts,
The Quebecs.
even the land of the Benoits, right? But Marc Andre Barrios, 12-4,
Yeah.
and this is a pretty
Mm-hmm.
fucking even matchup. Marc Andre Barrios is a two-time TKO champion.
Mm-hmm.
Those belts
Mm-hmm.
look fucking beautiful. My God,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know he
Mm-hmm.
trains out of Nova Gym and Pat Kukunde fucking Kung Fu in Quebec City. That's a whole lot to fucking say. But the last time we saw him in the cage was on the undercard of UFC 260 with
Uh-huh.
Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou, where Ngannou beat that ass and fucking Marc Andre beat Abu Azatar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we look
Mm-hmm.
on the other
Yep.
side of the market, and Daicha Lambike Bula looks scary as fuck. And the last time that we saw
Champion.
him was a unanimous decision win over Marcus Perez at
Mm-hmm.
a fight night that happened January 20th, 2021. So that happened this
Mm-hmm.
year. That's all I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Voodoo, what you got?
This here is going to be quite interesting. Um, I see it's definitely gonna be a stand-up war. It's got potential to be fight of the night candidate. I will give him that. There's potential for fight of the night candidacy here. As in regards to who's going to win, it's gonna have to be will. It's gonna be will. It's gonna be up to willpower. Um, I'm a 50-50 here. I'll go with Lugiambula. I'll go with him.
All right. Then I got the two-time TKO champion, Marc Andre Barrios, for the win. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it might happen. But I also think you could be right, Voodoo. So that's what's
We'll
up.
see.
But
We'll see.
in the next fight, we got a battle of the fucking names, and you know we like fucking badass nicknames, right? We got
Yep. Yep.
Canada's own Charles Air Jourdain, 11-3-1, and he's going up against former Ultimate Fighter alum Julian Juicy J Erosa. Air
Mhm.
Jourdain and Juicy J. What the
Mhm.
fuck is that?
It's
What
a
the fuck is that? And look
hey.
at Julian Erosa's record, 25-9. That's a whole lot of fighting going on.
Yes.
Whole
Yes.
lot of
Yes.
fighting going on. But that's a lot of fucking miles. As evidence in his last time that we saw him, which just in July of this year, right? July, I'm sorry, June 19th, 2021, he lost
Mhm.
to Sung Woo Choi with a left hook into ground and pound, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Shaman Steve says it's a rap duo, Juicy J
Mhm.
and Air Jourdain.
Mhm.
That looks pretty fucking good, but it also sounds like AJ Styles' old WCW tag team because when he debuted for WCW, he was with Air Paris and he was AJ Styles and they were Air Raid. And then the
I
fucking
remember
company went under like 2 weeks later and got bought
that.
out by Vince McMahon, and he doesn't return to the fucking WWE until 2 years,
Mm.
going to Japan
Mm.
and Impact Wrestling, both of them, right? And now
Mhm.
Vince
Mhm.
McMahon supposedly love him because he hasn't been featured in the endeavor. Holy fucking shit, right? And then we go with Charles Jourdain. The last time we saw Jourdain was a fucking win over none other than Marcelo Pitbull Rowe. And that happened in March of this year, March 13th,
Yes.
2021.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
fuck, man. I know it sounds like a broken fucking record, but who you got,
This
Voodoo?
year's this year's going to be competitive. It's going to be very competitive. I see both of them. being good at striking and on the ground. They are both complete fighters. It's going to be evenly matched. This is another willpower type matchup, and it's got potential for fight of the night candidacy as well. It's very rare that you see fight of the night candidacy early on, and we're getting that in this particular card. So I'm looking forward to a great, phenomenal card. I cannot wait. However, I will be choosing Air Jordan. These two fellas are worthy of a 50-50 pick. Me picking one and you picking the other. They deserve that. They deserve that. They are going to put on a show. I can see that coming. And I'm going with Air Jordan.
Okay, so I'm rocking with Juicy J, and hopefully my street cred gets a little bit bolstered because you know and I know that I ain't got none. I can't spit bars. I can't dance. I'm like fucking Genesis. I can't dance. I can't walk. Only thing about me is the way I talk. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. And I probably fucked up the words. But you want to know one thing that isn't fucked up? Well, it kind of
What?
is fucked up in terms of matchmaking, but we
Hmm.
are going to be the recipients of some cool ass shit because we got 14 and oh, Jack Shore from
Yeah.
Wales.
Yeah.
Jack Tank Shore, who's a former
Yeah.
Cage Warriors champion. That he's fucking from the same island as Bonnie Tyler. Hold Me Now, Bright
Okay.
Eyes. Tom Jones, It Ain't Unusual to Be
Okay.
Loved by Anyone. That shit that Carlton
Hmm.
danced to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Fresh Prince, right? And then
Yeah.
incoming former LFA veteran. This motherfucker just fought Yuma Horiguchi. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, fuck it. He fought Yuma Horiguchi at Lights Out. I know Ludwig.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know Ludwig. He fought
Yeah.
right
We
here.
were there. I was there for that. I saw that match. I was there
Yes,
for
I
that
think we
match.
were there. We were
Yeah.
there.
I saw you there. Yeah.
But, but look at the people that Ludwig has, and it's our friends. We're talking about Yuma Horiguchi. We're
That's my
talking
boy
about
right there.
Vince the Anomaly Cachero. Like,
Yep.
fuck,
Yeah. Shout
man.
out.
It's crazy. Now, on
Yep.
the
Yep.
other side of the docket, Jack fucking Shore, man, on his way to the UFC,
Hmm.
right? He
Hmm.
beat Hunter. Well, in the UFC, he beat Hunter Azure on
Uh-huh.
UFC on ABC2 back in April of this year, April 10th, 2021.
Yep.
And he
Yep.
rear naked choke win over Aaron Phillips. And then he beat Noah Lean. Man, he's been here for a long fucking time, at least three
Yep.
years, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
And
Yep.
he rounded out his Cage Warriors career at the auspicious Cage Warriors 100 back in
Hmm.
2018, where he beat
Hmm.
Mike Ikundayo by third round punches.
That's what's up.
And,
That's what's up.
and Nate
Hey.
Brand says there's a lot of great pop culture references tonight. No, 1,000%. But that's because Voodoo Maximus is on the ones and twos, and he's on the mic, and he fucking rocks it right. So, boom.
Hey, this is another potential candidate of the night type match. It's amazing how they managed to put these fighters together. Is just it's work of genius. UFC matchmakers are earning their money, especially with this particular card. So far, I'm loving the matchups. Uh, um, there is no huge advantage in regards to experience over the other. There, so far, the pairs have been almost even. We're talking 49-47 at the most, but we're getting 48. It's very close, and this calls for competitive matchups, and that's what we're going to see from the prelims in this particular case. Jack Shore is undefeated. He seems to be a strangler, a grappler. It's very rare that you catch someone from that part of the world being extremely knowledgeable in the grappling world like that. Coming from Cage Warriors and all that, you usually find excellent boxers. You'll be lucky if you can't find an excellent kickboxer. But this guy's an excellent grappler. Most of his fights as an amateur, The man went undefeated as an amateur. He is currently undefeated as a professional. The grappling is so effective that it has carried him up until this point. When you look at his record, you see knockout losses. He is a complete fighter, is what that tells us. He can knock you out with his hand, he can ground and pound you, and he can strangle you, manipulate your joints to a point where you are in pain. The man understands the art of mixed martial art. But yet, his opponent, Sholinian, he also knows what he's doing. But he's taking on losses. And when you know what you're really doing in this game, you learn from losses, which is an advantage that he has over his opponent, right? He lost as an amateur. He's lost once as a professional, and he's been on a 3-5 win streak since. He is able to knock you out, but he knows how to win by decision. That tells you he's got a couple of unanimous decision wins. That tells you right there that his gas tank is pretty good. He knows how to pace the fight to a point where he's winning the matchup. He knows how to win by majority decision. However, Jack Shaw is a beast. I'm going with Jack Shaw on this one, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he submits him in the 3rd round. I wouldn't be surprised.
I got home team, baby. We were there with Ludwig at Lights Out 4. So I don't know how it's gonna happen. And I'm not as eloquent as Voodoo. Fuck, I ain't got the breath. So I got Ludwig, who wins his fucking UFC debut and also clinches the fucking undefeated streak of the great Jack Shore. And Jack Shore is great.
Yes. That will be a feat if he is able to accomplish it. It will be great for him coming into the UFC and beating such a caliber of Jack Shore, right? We will see. This also is worthy of that 50-50 split. No problem. I have no problem with your pick. It is a worthy pick. You know what I'm saying? He deserves one of us to pick him. So that's also going to be a phenomenal matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I like it. I really like it. I like this fight for so many reasons.
Right.
But another
cards
fucking
are awesome.
that I love is Ji Yeon Kim, 9-3-2 from Korea against 10-4 Meatball Molly McCann. Right. Now, Meatball Molly McCann, she came in really, really fucking high. Really fucking high, right? With wins over people, Lacey Shuckman in Cage Warriors 82, Angela Pink at Shinobi War 9 back in 2016. Man, these names are pretty fucking eclectic as shit, man. But then her last fight is at Cage Warriors 90 back in 2018, where she beats Bryony Tyrell, right? In the second round. In the fucking second round, right? But she comes to the UFC and she gets starched. Rear naked choke at UFC Fight Night 130 back in 2018 by none other than Jillian Savage Robertson. A lot of people that say that Jillian fucking likes to duck fights. She didn't duck Meatball Molly. He ate her ass like Subway. Whoa, that didn't sound right. That really fucking didn't sound right. God, I can't get out of that one. I can't. I fucking can't. Sorry, honey. I'm just saying. Right? But she also has wins over Priscilla Cachoeira, Ariana Lipsky, right? Diana Belbita, and then even won against Abby O'Toole via decision at Grapple Fest 7 back in 2019. But lost to Talia Santos via unanimous decision, and also lost to Laura Procopio of the same reason, right? Now, Jin Yeon Kim, 9-3-2. She is Fire Fist, and she shows it. right? And she didn't really show it in that fight with Alexa Grasso because she lost via unanimous decision, but
Mm-hmm.
she showed it on the undercard of the UFC 240.
Mm-hmm.
Whittier, what the fuck? Robert Whitaker versus
Mm-hmm.
Israel Adesanya because
Mm-hmm.
she beat Nadia Kassem, not probably not related to Casey Kasem. I don't know, right? But she won with hooks to the body in the second round,
Mm-hmm.
like 1 second left in the second round
Mm-hmm.
before they fucking went to the bill. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
like me and Pyle said, I've been following you. Takea is probably better than Maximus. Probably not according to words, but we appreciate it all the fucking same. All the fucking same. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter feed, my Facebook feed at like 7 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. One championship was having strawweight fights and strawweight fucking tournament. And you know who won? UFC veteran So Hee Ham, who also hails from fucking South Korea. And she punched her ticket to go to the finals, or maybe one of the next round, the next fucking round. I don't know how that shit works, but they figured out how to do fucking weight cutting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not questioning one with a whole lot of shit. And their gear, go to onechampionship.com. Oh my god, they got some fucking Bruce Lee sweaters that are fucking off the
Yeah.
chain. Oh my god, they're mugs. They got catch wrestling shirts, taekwondo shirts. They got
Mm.
it all. They got all your shit, jiu-jitsu shirts,
Yeah.
all of it. And that fucking strawweight title fight with the Brazilian that's
Mm-hmm.
39 years old and the
Mm-hmm.
last remaining Asian champion for one championship, and she whooped that ass.
Yeah,
She whooped
whoop
that
that
ass.
ass.
But going back
Drop
to
that ass.
Sohee Ham, she punched her ticket,
Mm-hmm.
which I think Jin Yoon Kim is going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna. And you know what? It's crazy because Jin Yoon is the Korean Canadian actress that played the mom on fucking Kim's Convenience that got fucking canceled by the fucking creator in Troy fucking walking out,
Oh
right?
shit.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think Jin Young Kim is gonna fight for fucking Kim's Convenience, and she's gonna pull out a win and probably send Malik McCann packing,
Yeah. Hey.
with a fucking lunch pail, probably full of fucking meatballs, because she don't have to weight cut anymore. Why? Because she ain't in the fucking UFC anymore.
Yeah. 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 Hey. I'm in agreement with you 100%. Jin Yong Kim is my pick as well. She's got the height advantage, 5'7" to 5'4", and her grappling game is good enough such that at some point in the game, she will be able to get close to Molly, use that length to grab her, take her in, put her on the fence, maybe, eventually taking her to the ground and systematically submitting her on the ground. I'm guessing no later than the second round, submission, Ji Yong Kim, all day long.
Shaman Steve be speaking that truth. Molly McCann packing. Poetic. You're the poet. You're the prophet. You're the shaman. I be talking
Yeah.
to you. You be talking to me. You be speaking life. And you be even speaking death to some motherfuckers. Because some people
Yeah.
ain't going to make it no matter how many times you try to save their ass. Try to pull their ass off the
Mm.
cliff. They ain't going to make
Mm.
it. So, man, it's going to be a good fucking fight.
Mhm.
Also,
Mhm.
what's going to be a good fucking fight, a really fucking anticipated fight, we had Luigi Vendoramini of
Yep.
Brazil,
Yep.
9-2, facing
Italian stallion.
facing the fucking former the baddie, former Cage Warriors champion, looking like the
Mhm.
fucking love child of
Mhm.
Owen Hart,
Mhm.
Roddy Piper. Like, it's crazy. Like, I
Mhm.
posted on social media, check my fucking timeline out. I posted a fucking meme of Patty Pimblett, Owen Hart in WCW with an orange singlet, and Roddy Piper
Mhm.
with Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg going virtually identical, and Rogan
Mhm.
looks stoned as fuck. Really,
Uh,
you know?
I,
And Takeo Paulo says Voodoo Maximus teaches you how to fight. No, literally, all the fucking time. Go to the valley. He be teaching motherfuckers every damn day. Every damn day. And he be teaching people how to read and spell and everything because he's a educator by trade. He is off the chain, and his wife be saving people, and his kids be kicking ass in football and all this shit. Like for real, exactly, Shaman Steve. You already know. You already know because you be hiking with him. You already know the truth. And yes, he does. And yes, you do too, Thomas Steve. I be seeing your six pack and your fucking pecs, your one pack and your two pack and your three pack and your four pack and your five pack. So many packs that I'm out of fucking breath, bro. So that's the way that we're going. But the Patty Pimblett, 16-3. Last time we saw him, obviously, it was against Davidi or Davadi Martinez, where he won rear naked choke in the very first round of Cage Warriors 122 back in March. They say that he is the one of the best unsigned prospects to ever compete outside of the UFC. 100%. 100%. And Takeo Powell says, I know him well, and we work together. I met his kids too. Takeo, you know.
Takia.
You already know. You already know, bro. It's so much so that I'm fucking sweating like TD Jakes or hookers in church. And I might be that hooker in church. Sorry, I mean, which you're funny. I don't know about all that. But follow me, and we'll take to the promised land. I got some memes for you. I got some face swaps from you, and I got a shit ton of podcasts for you. 100%. That man know, because he be receiving them like a motherfucker, right? So, you know what? As much as I think that the Italian stallion Luigi is going to thwart Patty, but it hasn't looked good for Luigi because he lost by majority decision. Not one judge went in his favor against his in his loss to Farah Zion. But he showed everybody what the fuck he was made out of because he faced and KO'd Justin Arai back in what 10-3-2020, whatever the fuck it is, you know. And Shaman sees the wonderful children. Nasser starts both ways as a freshman. Amazing. Oh my god, yeah. Voodoo's kids off the chain, you know. And that's Nasir, right? And that ain't even the one that he was screaming at the top of his fucking lungs when he fucking defended his title or won his title as the king of Novo Theater in downtown LA. Rizza! I can't even fucking remember. And he's cute as shit, man. He's a fucking lady killer or whatever the fuck. Whatever he chooses, he's gonna slay. He's gonna fucking slay, right? So for my official pick, I think the Patty Pimblett fucking train, Patty the Batty fucking train, it's gonna fucking roll right over Luigi the Italian salad. And nothing, no disrespect to Italy. I love pasta when I can eat it and I can't throw it up or shit myself. You know, I was just talking about meatball Molly McCann, and I got fucking hungry as shit, but I can't eat shit other than this fucking coconut water. You know? And yes, Tom and Steve, rise up! That's all I got. See, because of that, I can't do my Bruce Buffer in the co-main and main event. That's it. But it's in honor of your son, Voodoo. 100%. But I think Patty the Batty bandwagony is gonna fucking roll through the Italian stallion.
Hey. As a fan of the sport, as someone who understands what the people are looking for. Paddy Pimblett is that guy, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I really like how these matchmakers brought in this flashy fella, flashy winner. He's opening up the main event, right? Hit the people with what they're waiting for. Hit them right away. You know what I mean? It's like a well played orchestra. The way they put together this particular card has been masterful. I love every match. They really went 12 for 12 on this one. I have no negative anything to say about this matchup. So far, everything has been on point. Everything has been on point. And that's rare that we run into a card like this. So now, let me tell you why Paddy is great for mixed martial art. Like we always discuss, there's three major things here that we need to consider when looking for the next superstar. Of course, you have to have a winning record, and he's currently 16-3. That's one. Two, gotta have great mic skills, which he does. I've seen multiple interviews of this young man. The last one I saw was him and Ariel Alwani, and he handled himself quite well, right? Oh, actually, I take that back. I saw the recent pre-fight interviews that they do for the UFC. I saw some of that, and he answers questions very well. He's phenomenal on the mic. And the third thing is he's got a platform.
Wait,
He's got a platform. Yeah.
I'm gonna pause here for a bit. Did you
Go
say
ahead.
Luigi Vendermini or Ariel Hawani?
No.
Or Ariel Hawani?
No. Pat.
Because Ariel Hawani and the Schmo and Helen Yee, oh my man, ooh. I've encountered all of them except for Ariel, but I've heard enough bad, and it seems consistent. But I've met Helen Yee and the Schmo. They weren't nice. They were all about themselves.
Whoa.
They were all the shit that everyone talks about, the fucking Paul brothers.
Right.
They're that for MMA media. That's why I never call myself MMA media. I'm a podcaster.
Right.
I'm an interviewer. That's it. I'm a personality. I've got a little bit personality, but that's where I'm at. So hopefully you didn't say Ariel Hawani. That's it.
Well. All I said about Ariel was that he interviewed this fella. Right? Ariel Hawani. Ariel, whatever his name is, the Canadian fella with the big nose.
Shit, even Brendan Schaub has some shit to say about the fucking nose. Luke Thomas, Joe Rogan, Jimmy Smith, Michael Chavello, Cyrus Fees.
Yeah.
Those are the truth. Nate Wren, truth. There's so many people that are truth speakers, but you know who isn't? Somebody that might run Fighters Rep.
Oh shit. Hey, it is what it is, man. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down how it's gonna go down. And that's the best thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Takea says, you guys are funny. I love it. Takea, I love you and your family. I know I ain't met you yet. I know you ain't followed me on social media. I ain't hard to find. Adam Woods, according to Woods or whatever, but I speak blessings to you and your family. You are here by association with Voodoo, and Voodoo's the truth. Voodoo, I should have mentioned with all the people that I was talking about. Steve Kaufman, all the AfterBuzz people. Chris Kloss from XPW. Y'all the truth. Y'all motivate me. Don McGuire. Don McGuire is listening. He's in a bad way. Joe Rojas of Beyond the Cage with Joel. The dudes at Ringside Podcast with the wrestling shit. The Keyboard Warriors MMA podcast that started me on StreamYard. And Dave Madden of fucking MMA Storytime. He also put me up on StreamYard. And Mark Tullius, who is a fantastic horror writer, and I was on his podcast before I was on anyone else's, even my own. I've been homeless. I've been fucking King and Queens, that Dusty Rhodes promo. I've been there. I've been through it all. So, yeah, love you, brother or sister, and your sister, and not that way because I'm married, even though I don't have a ring. Thank you. Blessings to you and your family. No, I heap it on you. I heap it on you, right? Honor the truth, integrity, and respect. Shaman Steve, you know better than anyone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So let's go. And I'm still waiting for my in and out for that one time fucking all those months ago.
Anytime. I do
I'm
owe
coming
you
to
guys
the
the I
valley
didn't forget.
for you, Voodoo. I'm coming to the valley for you, Shaman Steve. Best believe when it's safe to do so, and I ain't puking out my fucking guts or shitting out my ass.
Yeah.
You doing this?
Hey, we got that in and out on Ventura Boulevard, so let's do it. Let's do it. Come through. Let's get it.
Like Tom Petty says on Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's my honor. I'm honored to know you, Shaman. 100%. So, what was your pick officially?
Oh, and oh yeah, Patty. So Patty, skills, of course, mic skills, very important, and also platform. His platform is quite entertaining. Once he goes to the UFC on this particular matchup and he shines real bright, more people will tune into his platform, causing it to grow. Of course, that depends on his mic skills right after he wins. I'm sure it's going to be phenomenal. I see nothing but success with this young man. And you think you've seen something with Conor McGregor? This guy has the potential to rival that sort of output that Conor brought out. So the more superstars like this that we can get in mixed martial arts, the better for the fighters, the better for the media, all the YouTubers that's going to reproduce this fella's whatever. It's good for them too. They will get clicks. When Conor McGregor fights, everyone eats.
Yes.
And the more people that we have like this, that causes everyone else to eat, this is what we're looking for. This is what I'm looking for, especially for fighters, man. Because anyone that fights Conor ends up becoming a millionaire. We need more millionaires in mixed martial arts. We need it. These people are one of the hardest workers in mixed martial arts. They need to be paid as such. So whenever that Jake Paul, when he mentions this and he says this, I cannot be angry at the kid. And by the way, he whooped Tyron Woodley's ass, by the way. He outboxed Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley did not approach that match the way he was supposed to. He was all the way off. Like Fat Joe would say, I'm all the way up. Well, Tyron Woodley was all the way off. He didn't do the right things that he was supposed to do. He was a MMA. He was a real fighter in this cage, and he didn't press the matter like he was supposed to. He should have cut the distance, take away the range, and go to the body. Destroy this fella. Rocky showed you the way to do this. Rocky already showed you the way to do this. Clubber Lane will Rocky's ass in that first matchup. This is what he was supposed to do, and he didn't do that. He went in looking like Clubber Lane, but he didn't do what he was supposed to do, and that's why he lost. The kid outpointed the fighter. The kid outpointed the fighter. Sorry. Jake Paul, the amateur, beat the professional fighter. It is what it is. That's how I saw it. Now, Patty is going to go out there and submit this kid, Luigi, whatever, no later than the third round.
Bro, and to echo just a little bit of your sentiment, I was there at the last Bellator when AJ won the title from Pitbull and won the tournament and won the $1 million. I might have even seen who ran off with AJ's check. So AJ, Antonio, get at me. I kind of know. I kind of know. But just between us, right? But but there was an Irishman on the card who was, I think he was the second fight on the card. I took a picture with him and followed him on Instagram and social media. He's amazing. He's amazing. So hard fought. And even fucking John Canova was with him. And then he came back out after his fight and watched his fucking friend fight. Right? Irish are a superpower. Bro, I went to the bathroom. And guess who I see? Fucking Ryan the Lion Lilly, a guy that you and I both know very well, right? And he was with none other than James Gallagher. And they looked pretty fucking similar. And Ryan was angling for a fight. And we all went to the bathroom, the three of us. It was weird. We went to the bathroom at the fucking by the Forum Club at the prestigious Forum in Inglewood, California, the Madhouse on Manchester, right? And they were talking, and they were like, maybe we should fight.
Why not?
But they bought each other drinks. They pissed in a stall away from each other because, you got to skip a stall. I was washing my hands because there were some dirty fucking motherfuckers, and I was scared of the COVID, and I had double mask on, a regular mask and a fucking lucha mask. So I was like fucking paranoid as shit, right? And then I fucking led fucking James Gallagher out of the fucking bathroom. Me. I ain't the world champion like he is. I ain't the shit fucker that he is. And he posed he signed every autograph. He fucking took every picture, every selfie, every Snapchat, every TikTok. He was dancing, looking like only James Gallagher could on a warm LA night. Like the guy in front of fucking NXT who has the $1 million championship. Right? Sean Ricker, 100%. Right? But Ireland is a superpower. Africa's a superpower. America is a superpower. South Korea is a superpower. Japan's a superpower. There's so many fucking superpowers that there is. It's never been a better time to be a fight fan. I don't care if you're rocking with UFC, cool. You're rocking with Bellator. You're rocking with One Championship. You're rocking with Invicta. You're rocking with LFA. You're rocking with AEW, WWE, Impact Wrestling, New Japan, NWA. I'm watching that shit right now. Oh my god. Ric Flair is back with the NWA for the first time in like fucking 30 years. Ted Turner bought out fucking the NWA and Jim Crockett Promotions. It is so good right now. Women's fighting, men's fighting, women's wrestling, men's wrestling. To the fucking man and a woman from here, brother and a sister, not literally, but figuratively, won the fucking gold medal for America. And it ain't about, America over everyone and everything like that. If you're from Iran, stand up. If you're from Afghanistan, stand up. If you're from Armenia, stand up. If you're from Fiji, if you're from Nigeria, stand the fuck up. All you, stand the fuck up. We have a transgender who wants to compete in MMA against men, just like they do in fucking Thailand. Stand up.
Let's go.
Stand up. Let's go. We want you all. We want you all. We want you all to entertain us, to provide for your family better than you could ever have before, doing anything else, being a machine worker, being a grocery worker, being a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever, a real estate agent. We need you all. We need you all. Bring your best, bring your worst, bring your gods, bring your devils. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
So let's go to the fucking next match because that's our first consensus pick with the Patty the Batty Pimblet. So we
Yep,
got
yep.
8-5. Khalil fucking Roundtree. Khalil, the Warhorse Roundtree,
Mhm.
hails from South Bay,
Mhm.
California, USA. USA went to Thailand to better his craft, and
Mhm. Mhm.
he fucked up Gohan Saki. He KO'd Gohan Saki, one of the greatest heavyweight fighters of all time.
Mhm.
Best believe.
Mhm. Yep.
But he went up and down. A loss to Johnny Walker, then a win against Eric Anders in a fucking war. Both men, Eric Anders and Khalil Roundtree Jr., left a bit of themselves in that octagon. And
Yes,
then
they
he
did.
lost to Ian Kutalaba,
Mhm.
elbows from a mount. Then he
Mhm.
lost to, in the last time that we saw him, he lost to Marcin Porcino
Mhm.
by by unanimous decision on the
Mhm.
undercard of Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor 2 back
Yep.
in January. Now
Yep.
he has the tough. You know what I'm about to say. It says Modestus Bukakas, but all I
Mhm.
see is Modelo Bukaki, which is a Stone Cold Steve Austin beer bash, a fucking Cowboy James Storm beer bash, a Kurt Angle milk truck bash, a Steve Bash from Lights Out, CXF,
Uh-huh.
Steve Bash Law. That's what I see. And Modestus, the Baltic Gladiator, shouting out Balta and the
Mhm.
Baltic Sea.
Mhm.
My goodness. He was on a tear. Fight Star Championship 16. He beats Dan Kosike by first round KO. Then Marcin Wojcik at Cage Warriors 102 beats him by punches. Marthin
Mhm.
Hamlet, Cage Warriors,
Mhm.
beats him.
Mhm.
Ricardo Nosilga
Mhm.
beats him with elbows. And then makes his UFC debut against Andreas Micheladas. Modelo
Mhm.
Bukaki against Andre Michelada. What the fuck are we doing, man?
Hoochilada.
Yes, but he, he had that shit coming to him because he ran into Jimmy Crute and
Mhm.
Jimmy Crute's punches, and he lost back in 10, 10, 10, 20. Fuck. 10, 17,
Then
20.
2020.
And
Mhm.
then Mikhail Omelianchik beat him by split decision back
Mhm.
in March of this year. Now he faces
Mhm.
Khalil Roundtree. Takea Powell says you better get that in and out. Best
Yeah.
believe when I
Uh,
don't need to shit myself or violently vomit, I'm coming for some double doubles. Right? The fries, I don't know. I don't know. I actually take Whataburger fries over fucking In and Out fries. Yeah, I said it. Not much else about the fucking Whataburger. The fucking staff sucks, and their burgers suck too. It's a glorified Jack in the Box. That's right. 100% Takea. That's fucking right. Right? So I'm going with home team.
uh,
I grew up along the South Bay. Voodoo, you grew up along the South Bay. We both grew up in Inglewood. Khalil Roundtree,
mhm.
not but a few miles from us. So I'm going with the Warhorse, Khalil Roundtree Jr. I don't know how it's going to
Mhm.
happen because Modestus Bukakis, Modelo Bukaki is a tough motherfucker, judging
Yes, he
by his
is.
record. So it's not going to be easy. But
Mhm.
you know what? Khalil Roundtree Jr., let's be real. His
Mhm.
his tenure in the UFC is depending on a spectacular win. He can't skirt to decision. He can't have a
Yeah.
boring fight. No, no, no,
Mhm.
no. He has to do it. And I know he's
Mhm.
half in, half out because he's in
Mhm.
Thailand and he has a family and he left his family or whatever. But
Mhm.
this is put up or shut up for him. So I hope he puts up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is going to be quite competitive. I don't know. I don't know what these matchmakers were smoking when they put this together, but whatever it is, do it again next week, man, because this is phenomenal. This matchup also is specifically put together because what you're gonna get here is a stand-up war, and it's going to be worthy of fight of the night candidate. That's what I see with this particular matchup. Given both fighters are in need of another win, they are both in need of another win. I mean, both on a 2-fight losing streak. If they come out and they perform to excellence, it wouldn't the if in even in a loss, it would not count against either one because they have the potential to put together a dynamic striking war. And if they are able to do that, even in a loss, the trajectory here is a beautiful matchup. Somebody's gonna get banged up, if not both of them. However, they will secure a get out of jail free card if they both perform. Because the vision that I have for this matchup is going to be a Muay Thai matchup, or you can even say a Muay Thai slash dynamic striker. Either way, it's going to be fireworks, right? The first one that starts hugging and want to grapple or whatever, and they end up losing, then it's going to count against them. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at this matchup, in the mind of the matchmaker, they want to see a striking war. And I believe that's what we're going to get, especially because these two are coming off of 2-fight losing streak. However, I will be choosing Khalil Roundtree as well. And I foresee a split decision victory.
That's another consensus pick. That's his second straight. We've been split. We've been fucking flipping coins. So much so that I don't have change anymore. I gotta buy some for fucking Bitcoin or Coinbase or something. Man, we've been flipping coins online. But the Patty Pimblett and Khalil, the Warhorse Roundtree Jr. Those are our consensus picks so far. So we go to the eighth fight of the night. We got Zagat, like Street Fighter Zagat. Germany's David Zawada, right? And the last time that we saw David Zawada was a loss to Ramzan Imaev with a split decision loss on UFC on ABC One. God, if you're gonna have a fucking loss on a big stage like that, fuck, I guess. Hopefully, he got a lot of eyes on him. But before that, he fucking beat Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov. Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov. He beat by fucking submission. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! Right? But has lost to Jinglan Lee with a sidekick to the body and lost to Danny Roberts via split decision. And then obviously tore through KSW and GMC out in Europe with wins over Mikhail Mikalski via rear naked choke and Andre Stahl at GMC 11, knee and punches. So this motherfucker is a complete mixed martial artist, just like Zagat in the fucking Street Fighter video game was a complete motherfucker. When you saw him on the other side of the screen, you know, oh shit, I need to fucking get some more quarters. 100%. 100%. Now, on the other side of the docket, we have America's own, the Great White, Alex Morono, who is 19-7. And the Great White from Fortis MMA wins over Reese McKee via unanimous decision. A loss to Chaos Williams with a 27-second KO because that's the fucking Chaos Williams. That's what he brings to the fucking table. That's a scary proposition. And his most recent win against the great, the legendary Donald Cowboy Cerrone, a man who I've watched from WEC. And even before WEC, he was rolling with the Tap Out crew. And he had his Muay Thai shorts and they fucking merged it into tap out shirts for his first MMA match. I've been rolling with that motherfucker for a long time. He's trained my homeboy, Daniel D. Rod Rodriguez, who's now in the top 15. He could be fucking chasing fucking Usman. He is chasing Usman and everybody in that motherfucking division. He is ranked. And Cowboy has something to do with that. And Joe Schilling has something to do with that. And The Yard has something to do with that. And Templana HQ with Robert Rodriguez, not the Spy Kids motherfucker, but the great grappler that is Robert Rodriguez, the great grappler that is Eddie Bravo. That who's in Daniel Rodriguez. And Alex Morano beat Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And at any time, Cowboy Cerrone could compete with the best of them. Of course, he's a slow starter, but ask my wife, I'm a slow starter too. And then sometimes I pat, pat, pat like a jackrabbit. When that love coming through the night, love I feel when I'm holding you tight. That's some power, baby, you just right. When my love go bang, bang, bang. When my love go bang, bang, bang. You better run for cover, you sweet little thing. R.I.P. John Witherspoon. Detroit Johnny Witherspoon, who got passed by Mitzi Shore, who brought us Laughs on Friday, and Wayne's Brothers, and so many other fucking hits. And his son is funny as shit, J.D. Witherspoon. And we'll go back and listen to J.D. and John Witherspoon on Joe Rogan's podcast and tell me, those are some funny motherfuckers. I challenge you. John Witherspoon is one of the greats. He hung with a lot of the greats at the Comedy Store, which I've never been to. He hung with Rogan. He hung with Pryor. He hung with Paul Mooney. He hung with Chappelle. He hung with the Wayans brothers. All of them. And that's no easy task. Kim, Keenan, Damon, like the ones that don't even fucking do comedy. And Detroit John Witherspoon fucking fucked them all up. To R.I.P. John Witherspoon, the great. Put some respect on his name. So, fuck, I don't know, man.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, 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 bang. I don't know, man. Who you got on this one? This one I'm conflicted. David Zagata and Alex Morano, Great White. And, you know, he kind of wants to win for America because it's Memorial Day weekend here in the States. So, I don't know. And yes, Shaman Steve says the versatility is impressive. That man, no. That man, no.
Hey, when you look at him, when a man names himself Sagat, those who know, he's got great kicks. He's very good with his shins, elbows, the art of 8 limbs. He is a Muay Thai expert. When he goes and names himself Sagat, he's letting you know he is a Muay Thai expert. Alex Morano, on the other hand, some of the best boxing that I've seen in mixed martial arts. Excellent boxer, excellent distance manager, constant pressure, gas tank, fit for a really big machine. He's doing well. Now, this particular matchup, I see another battle of will. This one is going to result to willpower. Who is able to put forth their game plan over the other? In this case, I think Alex Morano will be able to do that. David Sawada is good, very good. But I'm putting my money on Alex Morano just because of the quality of opposition that he's faced. He holds his own. And the fact that he recently beat down Cowboy Cerrone. He's been in there with former champion Anthony Pettis. Are you serious? I'm going with Alex Morano on this one, man. Worst case scenario, split decision.
Okay. I honestly think after they weigh in, they should have weighed in today.
Mm-hmm.
So probably right now, David Zagat Sawada
Mm-hmm.
probably found him some Harfenreisen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably found himself some bratwurst in Vegas. Because you know Vegas got everything. It's 24 hours. Oh, that puppy. Oh, that puppy loves his master. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful to witness. Even though he be running in up fucking hills since he was a fucking puppy. Damn near
Good
trying
time.
to kill that dog. Sorry, Peter.
Crazy
Sorry,
animal.
Peter. But I'm going with David Zawada because I think some bratwurst is cool. You fry some fucking you beer batter that shit and you put some onions on it and you do that fucking even fucking Vince Neil of the mighty Motley Crue got up on that shit, you know? And Shaka says it's time to walk. So we're gonna try and wrap this shit up. We're gonna wrap this shit up
Shaman Steve knows. Shaman Steve knows.
because we are at the co-main event of the evening. Holy shit! When I slow that shit down, I kind of see him like the great Jimmy Lennon Jr. or even Jimmy Lennon Sr., who are great fucking ring announcers, and my man Paul Perez of the main event with Paul Perez with Beto Gray knows what the fuck the Lennons be talking about. They were the first
Yeah, yeah.
legendary combo of ring announcing family long
Mm-hmm.
before Michael and Bruce Buffer came along. So let's put some respect on the Lennon Jr. and the Lennon Sr. because they are
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Just like the Buffers. I ain't comparing them. I ain't comparing them. There's so many great ones, right? We got AEW. We got Justin Roberts, who was
Mm-hmm.
with Lion Fight with WWE for so long, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got Lillian Garcia, who was with the WWE, that fucking sang the American anthem after 9/11, 2 days after
Mm-hmm.
9/11, in the
Mm-hmm.
first fucking uh, sporting event in the world, 2 days after 9/11 in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
Texas, and she
Mm-hmm.
is over at PFL.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And PFL is having some fucking fights. If you got
Mm-hmm.
the UFC and ESPN, you need to be watching fucking PFL. Their
FL.
production values, they got the. To me, PFL has the best fight kits in
Mm-hmm.
MMA.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like team and coordinated, and they can rock their. You can rock your fucking sponsors. They don't give a shit. And then at the end of it, you get a fucking $1 million if you win the tournament and a belt. And that belt looks pretty fucking good. Better than the fucking Dixie Cup paper plate championship that of the UFC. Like the UFC and the WWE has the worst belts right now. AEW is rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking NXT UK is rocking. NXT is rocking. But mainland WWE, mainland UFC, you got some fucking work to do. And you fucking put out some good fucking shit. The old UFC legacy belt, the old fucking ultimate belt. I want a replica of that. The fucking
Mm-hmm.
winged eagle, the big eagle for the WWE. Get your shit together, please. Please. Okay. So you got Morano, I got Zawada,
Yes.
right? So we got this one is weird. We got Tom Aspinall, 10-2, who has been putting motherfuckers down left and right since he got to the UFC. The last one was none other than former UFC champion talking about another fucking pitbull, but from Belarus, Andrei Arlovsky. He put down Jake Collier of the Battle of the Knockout Artists. He
Yeah.
also put down Alan Boudreaux. That was a fucking scary one. Beautiful. I agree with you, Shaman Steve. You know? So on the other side of the docket, we got Sergey Spivak, the polar bear, former. He's a former champion of something. It looks like WWFC. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, it is it is the WWFC, right?
Whatever that is.
The WWFC, they are over in Ukraine. They do shows out of Kiev and everything like that. He's the polar bear, but he ain't no fucking Paul Barlins. Don McGuire will tell you that. Shout out to Don McGuire. I hope all of your health is okay and gets sorted out. Thank you for the conversation we had this week. We're gonna pull through this, brother. So I'm gonna go on a limb, and I'm gonna go with the Englishman, Tom Aspinall, by KO. I don't know when it's coming, but it's gonna come, and it's very good. And the reason why I don't know, because Sergey Spivak, he's a championship level competitor, as evidenced with his WWFC championship, which is better looking than the WWE fucking championship currently contested, right? So I'm going with Aspinall.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with you as well. Aspinall, I'm going for Aspinall. I'll tell you why. Now, Sergey Spivak is a phenomenal fighter, complete fighter, excellent kickboxing, good enough grappling. Let's just call him a complete fighter. Tom Aspinall as well has very good grappling, good enough for heavyweight. If either one of these fellas runs into Fabricio Verdum on the ground, they're in trouble. But against each other, they cancel out perfectly, which is fantastic. This co-main event is going to be action-driven. What you're going to see from Tom Aspinall is dynamic striking. He kicks when asked to. He's very efficient with his hands. But most important, he's got excellent footwork. This is where he has the advantage. This is why I'm picking him. Spivak is good enough such that he will not be getting knocked out. However, I don't believe he has the footwork to neutralize Tom Aspinall. When you look at Darren Tills in the main event, who happens to be Tom Aspinall's training partner, this is the kind of movement that you're going to see in Tom Aspinall. But he's doing this in the heavyweight division, right? When you look at Serial Gang, whatever, Serial Gone, that style of movement, Tom Aspinall is bringing to the table as well. And in the near future, these will be the champions in the heavyweight division and every weight class that matters after that. Wrestling is great, but those who can strike like this dynamic striking, they are the future. We have been discussing this for some time now, and little by little, they're creeping in. We see this in Adrian Yanez as well in the lower division. We're watching it with the heavyweights in Serial Gong and this fella, Tom Aspinall. And Israel Adesanya in the middleweight division. They are coming. They are coming and they are good. And once they cross over, you will see the next rise in mixed martial arts. But one thing that I've also noticed is these dynamic strikers that I speak of, they have excellent boxing, above average boxing. So if I were you, fighter, I will invest a lot of time into my boxing. Yes, grappling is important and you must be well versed. Yes, kicking is important and you must be well versed. However, when it comes to managing your gas tank, or when you are compromised and you're in trouble, your boxing has to be on point. This is where a lot of people lose their matchups when they do, they're not well versed in the boxing, especially when they're backed up on the fence and they're taking shots. They're not used to that. and you can only get this from having crisp boxing. So when you look at a Floyd Mayweather, when he gets backed up on the fence, on the ropes, he rope-a-dopes a lot. Granted, the cage will not give you that opportunity, but it is based on the same principle. And you can only acquire that ability to evade strikes, or at least the ones from your hands or from the hands, by incorporating excellent boxing. So yes, you must kick, yes, you must grapple, but the boxing is extremely important these days. So please keep an eye out for what I'm speaking about, and you will see actually come Saturday tomorrow, Tom Aspinall winning this particular matchup. No, that's a split decision.
Now, don't get me started in the current state of UFC heavyweight division, especially in its current state. Now, on the side of the Tapology right now, we have some of the greatest fights according to them. We got Mark Hunt versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva, Fedor Emelianenko against Mirko Krokop Filopovic, Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin. Good God. Pat Barry versus Czech Congo. Come with it. Two legends that, unfortunately, this current day audience don't know. They know Pat Barry for his coaching of his fiancee, Rose Namajunas, and they know Czech Congo as some washed-up has-been in Bellator, which he isn't. He's headlining a card, and that card is going to be a motherfucker, right? We got Don Fry versus Yoshihiro Takayama. They ain't never been the same. Both of them. Look at Don Fry on Joe Rogan's podcast or his podcast with Dan the B7, who's one another fucking all-time greats. And they both reside in Arizona. Scary motherfuckers. You got Don Fry, Mark Hunt, Dan Severn, and Shannon the Cannon Rich, all residing in Arizona. That's some scary shit. You don't want to be fucking around in Arizona. They coming to get you, right? Then we have Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. Come on. Randy Couture versus Antonio Rogero Najera. Big Nog or Little Nog, I can't remember. And Randy Couture versus Tim the Maniac Silva, right? So the current state of the heavyweight division in the UFC is supposedly the lineal champion, which really isn't lineal champion. Head over to MMA On Point on YouTube, and they break down each division and what's lineal and what isn't in each division of the UFC, and you'll get some shit found out. Okay, so even the belt that fucking Francis Ngannou has might not be the lineal championship. There might be more legitimacy in the one that fucking Ciryl Gane has. But here's where it gets fucked up, right? They have the fucking shit booked for Houston, right? And they wanted Black Beast to come away with the fucking championship because him winning in his whole town was great. Whether it be Francis or whether it be Gane, right? Because the money talks, bullshit walks. Like Ted DiBiase says, everybody's got a price for the $1 million man.
For the $1 million man.
I can't fucking do it. But there you go. There you go. So look at it like this, right? They wanted Lewis to win, right? And they fucked over Francis Ngannou because he wanted more time to prepare for Derek Lewis. Of course, if you gave me a chance at Derek Lewis, I want a fucking eternity because that motherfucker's scary. That motherfucker's scary. He puts you, he touches you, your lights go out. Just like Ngannou touches you, lights go out. And as we saw, Ciryl Gane, Bon Gamin, he touches you, your lights go out. So here we have a situation where obviously we wanted Francis and Derek Lewis in Houston with Derek Lewis winning. But Dana White fucks it up. Matchmakers fuck it up. They do the interim title, and you got Ciryl Gane, who's a newcomer to the UFC audience. He fucking takes all that shit. And now we got Gon and Ngannou, and that's a fight that nobody wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But he could determine the course of UFC heavyweight history for like 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. None of it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I would go over to fucking PFL and Sean O'Connell, the one that's doing the fucking, commentary with Randy
Yeah.
Couture
Yeah.
and Kenny Florian. I'd go over to him and say, sort that shit out and unretire and do it. I would tell, I would tell fucking Scott Coker over in Bellator, sick Bader over there. It's for the pickings.
Yeah.
But you got to run into fucking Francis, and I don't know about that because
Mm-hmm.
you can hear Bader's fucking commentary. He's good, bro. He's good. Bader is a fucking articulate motherfucker. He could be doing
Mm-hmm.
podcasts. He's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. He's amazing. Hell, Brendan Schaub could come out of retirement. But Joe Rogan is going to pull his ass back saying you ain't an elite fighter. Even though he saved them fucking kids from that psychopath. And unfortunately, that mother lost her life. My God, my heart goes out to you. That's something that can never be replaced.
Yeah.
That beautiful young woman died at the hands of the psycho who tried to kill himself and
Mm-hmm.
failed. And again, mental health awareness. We just lost R.I.P. Daphne, Sharon Sproul, Daphne Unger of WCW and Impact Wrestling fame, and Shimmer and Shine and every women's wrestling promotion. She came out in WCW with Crowbar and David Flair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Amazing talent. She had mental health issues. She posted on Instagram that people were following her and she was contemplating suicide.
Mm.
And nobody got to her because she just moved to a new place in Atlanta, the Atlanta area. So be aware of your mental health because I know, because I've seen more gods, devils, Buddhas, aliens, white witches, black witches, relatives, dead and alive than I could even count. So best believe, get your mental health in order. Now, that was too heavy for Voodoo Maximus, so I think I'm going to close it out. We're at the main event of the evening. That sounded a little bit like Gary Michael Capetta of WCW and Impact Wrestling fame. That also sounded a little bit like Gordon Solie, the late great Gordon Solie, who gets lost in the greatest commentator conversation because a lot of people weren't in Florida in the 70s and 80s and WCW in the 90s. But Gordon Solie is one of the greats, 100%. So we have Derek Brunson, 22-7, right? And Derek Brunson, I've counted him out so many times. So many fucking times. And he put me on my ass because he's on a 4-fight win streak since he faced Israel Adesanya at the undercard of the Daniel Cormier Derek Lewis fight at UFC 230 back in 2018. Right? But after the Izzy fight, after the Jacare fight, where he lost via head kick and punches, he beat Elias the Spartan Fiorato by unanimous decision. Ian Heinisch by unanimous decision. Edmund Shabazian, he KOs him in the third round. The Golden Boy, Edmund Shabazian, the one who trained with Ronda as a youngin, and a unanimous decision victory over Kevin fucking Holland. Okay? So on the other side of it, we have none other than Darren Till. Darren Till, the Gorilla Till, is a person who left his life in England to go to Brazil, learn Portuguese, learn Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you. You're amazing, Shaman Singh. I send you healing and energy for recovery, Adam. Great show. You're amazing, Shaman Steve. So I'm gonna close it up. And Darren Till, he's kind of been on the skids with injuries and everything, but he does have wins over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Donald Cowboy Cerrone, but lost to Tyron Woodley. Who loses to Tyron Woodley? I don't fucking know. Definitely not Jake Paul. He loses to Jorge Masvidal. Who loses to Jorge Masvidal? I guess Nate Diaz. I don't know. But a win over Kevin Gastelum, a win over Robert Whitaker, and council bouts with Robert Whitaker and Jack the Joker Hermanson. So I think Darren Till knows the precarious position that he's in, and he's going to etch out a victory over Derek Brunson. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I feel in my gut, in my bones, that it's going to be Darren Till. So, with that all being said, I warmly encourage you to love each other because there's a lot of falsies about Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. Well, guess what? The liberal Democrats, blue. The conservative Republicans, red. You put them together and it's Purple Rain. And you tell me what the fuck Prince was talking about in Purple Rain. You say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind? Let me guide you to the Purple Rain. And that's it. That purple is love. Love each other, unite. 100%. And that, I bid you adieu. Me and Voodoo will be back, or Voodoo and I, that's incorrect grammar. But Voodoo and I will be back Sunday, hopefully before AEW's All Out, because that features the return to wrestling of one CM Punk. Yeah, that CM Punk. The CFFC commentator, along with John Morgan. The fucking UFC kind of Hazran. The Duke Rufus disciple. He returns to wrestling this Sunday night, September 5th, at All Out in Chicago, Illinois, presented to you by AEW. I already purchased it on Fight TV, FITE. I know it's a lot of money, $50. I cashed in some Dogecoin, so I got it. I'm paying for it. Don't stream it. Just do it. Love each other. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sticking with me. Follow Voodoo on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at Voodoo Maximus. And you can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Snapchat, TikTok, at According to Woods, or Adam Woods on Facebook. Let me know. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sticking with me, believing in me, believing in Voodoo, believing in all these amazing fighters, all these amazing wrestlers, all these amazing athletes. That 18-year-old that died in that boxing match, my heart goes out to you and your family. Peace, love, chicken grease. I am out.